Rachel McMahon. Hi, I'm a senior in college and I'm writing a story in one of my classes about the explosion of podcasts, and I love hearing y'all's podcast and was wondering if I could send you guys a few questions to answer about podcasting, such as why you chose to start, when you chose to start, etc. Would you guys be able to do that? Yeah. All right. Here are the few questions. When did you start your podcast / release your episode? It's been in the works since October. It came together in January-ish, as sort of people, like who's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
And then first episode was a month ago, I think.
Like early February.
It was like mid-February. I think it was the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I know that date, but
Really? I feel like it was a little before then.
Here, let's check.
Pull up the receipts.
YouTube.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We hit 100 subscribers on the main channel.
Yay.
Where is it? What am I looking? I get sidetracked so easily.
First episode.
Was February 17th.
Wow.
Exact.
Gotta give it
Numbers
to you.
Exact always. That was when we released the first episode. So we recorded on the Monday before, so that was the 15th, I believe, and then released on the Wednesday. We record on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday episode goes out on Wednesday. Wednesday episode goes out on Friday, except for today. Today's a Tuesday. So I'm pulling out an all-nighter, basically. How long have you wanted to start a podcast for? Was it a long goal of yours or just a recent idea? I've watched Impulsive for a while, for about a year now, and I always thought how cool it was that they had a platform to just talk and let their ideas out. And I had this thing before this called Overtime, which was a one-on-one podcast outdoor vibe kind of thing. And that stopped because of the wintry weather here. So I might as well thought that I should start a traditional podcast. So how about you? Have you ever wanted to make a podcast before or anything of that sort?
Honestly, it didn't really cross my mind until I saw your announcement that you were looking for a co-host. And I'm like, you know what? This is like up my alley. Like the whole media thing, that's just really exciting. But I'd never like really thought about it before because I didn't have the equipment. I didn't really know like how that stuff worked, But like when that opportunity arose, I was like, okay.
When you first heard about it, what did you imagine it as? Like, did you think it was going to look like this, or did you think it was what did you think it'd look like?
I honestly wasn't really sure. I did a little stalking of your like Instagram account to like feel your vibe,
As we all do.
Of course. Yeah. And I was like, okay, like this kid seems like pretty like put together. Like he knows what he's doing. He has like a YouTube going. He seems really like plugged in with media. And then I don't know. I didn't have that many expectations, but I will have to say like whatever expectations I did have, like this is above and beyond. Like this is the real deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I think everything came out the way I thought it was going to go. TikTok blew up faster than I thought.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
1.1 mil.
Just in general,
5.1K followers.
The supporters, like the support we've been getting has really been coming in a lot faster than I would have expected. I honestly didn't really expect as many like supporters as we've been getting, especially being so new.
And how saturated the podcast thing is. But oh well. What are some of your favorite things about podcasts? What makes them different than other forms of media? For me specifically, well, not me specifically, but my opinion, it's long form storytelling. So all the vlogs, all the TikToks, Instagram Reels, Snapchats, it's all short because everyone has such a short
attention
span. And listening to a podcast gives the audience the opportunity to actually listen and dive into someone's conversation for once and not just hear a clip of something. I mean, unless you listen to watch the TikToks or something. So
yeah, I wonder like if there's listeners that like only ever listen to us through Spotify and have like no idea what we look like or anything like that,
that's cool. But yeah, that's cool. The video's been introduced to podcasts recently. Podcast is traditionally just voice, but I feel like the video aspect is important for us because we use a lot of visual expressions and stuff. And the set's sexy.
Of course.
Sexy set. Why do you think podcasts are so popular within the recent year? Quarantine.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Impulsive, Joe Rogan's podcast. A lot of creators started in the past couple years. And that's, it's kind of like, it seems easy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they just want to talk.
Yeah, I think in some way everyone wants to be like an influencer of some sort and like get their ideas out there one way or another. And like, I guess compared to like a lot of other platforms, people think like podcasts could be the easiest, you know? It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, but there's an art to it. And that goes into the fifth question. Any advice for anyone wanting to start a podcast? So it depends on what level you want to go to. What's the timer at, by the way?
8 minutes.
So it depends on how serious you want to take this. If you just want to do it for friends and have it online just because, and you're just doing it to talk, you can just literally grab your phone, start recording, and start talking. But if you want to go into the more professional aspect of it,
and chase clout,
you need clout chasers. You need cameras if you want to do video based. You need mics. One for each guest, preferably. Cables, mic stands, a mixer, blah, 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 computer. You got to edit your podcast, the audio and video. What else? You got to realize that there's a art form to it, kind of. Because you can't just talk. You got to structure the podcast in a way where it flows correctly according to your niche in the podcast space. Like we go over different things that we need to fix after every episode and before every episode.
The roast session.
Yeah, roast. I call it my roast session. Some examples are we need to keep articulating what we say, ask questions to deepen further conversation, stuff like that, and stop saying like, because we say like so much and it's really annoying when I listen back to it.
Yeah. No, like some advice I would just give, like, I second everything Michael said. But I guess if you're going to start a podcast, I think the most important thing is like just, so cliche, but just be yourself and like say what you're thinking and don't really worry about like whether it's controversial or, this or that, or whether people will agree with you. You know, you got to just like say your opinions and like be yourself.
Yeah, big thing is people expect to agree with everyone that everything that everyone says, and that's just so not realistic at all. Like if you find a podcast or anything like that you 100% agree with everything they say in the whole hour episode, fucking marry that person. Bro, like
I feel like that just doesn't stimulate thought, you know?
Yeah, and it's so boring.
Yeah.
If we're just like, the whole time. We're just like,
you might as well just like think a little.
Bro, I'm waiting for our first argument. I'm trying to argue with you guys.
Like a fight?
Yeah, I'm trying to fight you guys. Like I'm waiting for our first argument, but I feel like we'll never have that.